All right, so good morning, everyone. Well, welcome to Morning Market Review. And my name is Gabriel Orirator, and I will be your host for this morning. So, you're welcome. Please kindly let me know if my voice is audible enough. Just give a thumbs up. Just give a thumbs up so that we can have a smooth session this morning. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, so let me just quickly share my screen. Uh, so I Beta Trader 4, which is a trading platform. So first and foremost, compliment of the season to everyone. Wishing you all the best in this Christmas celebration, and also in All right, so I think we are back. Sorry for that. MTN said they're everywhere, but I think they are not everywhere. So we are just quickly going to see what we can take out uh, before the internet has its own way on offshore. For this, we have December 1st to December 27th. USD and CAD released their GDP yesterday. So you have the consumer confidence yesterday, and this morning, okay, uh, monetary policy meeting by Japan, and the German bank is on holiday, and New Zealand bank, the Swiss bank is on, sorry, New Zealand bank is on holiday. Then we have the Australian dollar also to be on holiday. So if all these guys are expecting too much from the market, so look out for unemployment claims by 2:30 for USD. All right, unemployment claims 2:30 coming out today. If you notice, most banks are on holiday, and basically it's because of the festivity. All right, so let's see. So you have Java banks will be closed in observance of Christmas Eve. So most of the central banks of the major economy, they are on holiday. So uh, price should continue what it has started from yesterday, since the central banks are on holiday. So you have even tomorrow. all the banks, you have them to be on holiday. Can you see? So tomorrow is a closed day, no activity tomorrow. And but for today, let's see what will most likely happen. Today is Wednesday, so we're expecting unemployment claims for USD to come out. Let's just quickly go to the chart and let's see what we are expecting. You know, yesterday, Euro USD had some trades running and eventually the buy took profit. So I think I'm good on that. The buy took profit eventually, and I was very happy. So now, what are we expecting for Euro USD today? So I'm going to start from the higher time frame. Remember, if you want to do analysis, try to check the long-term overview of what the instrument is saying. Check how long and how far the instrument has been moving. So if you can successfully do that, then I think you have a good move for your instrument. So Euro USD has been tilting upward recently. It has been tilting upward. Now you see this line here. You see this candle that you are seeing here. Well, I'm seeing it as a false breakout. So if there is anything, most likely Euro USD should try to do a false breakout and come to this resistance here. So if it's doing a false breakout, expect it to come here, which is to this resistance. But then you need to be very careful when you are trading some instruments, in as much as they look very easily to go in one direction, but at the end of the day, they might not even go to that direction. So, and Euro USD is one funny instrument that has that character. So, if you want to trade, I will suggest and I will advise that there should be an order around here. Then there should be an order at this point here. That's if you are looking out to trade Euro USD. So be sure to have something above the resistance, then something before the next resistance. So let's see. Can you see zooming out now? So now this makes you to be safe, all right? Put something above the resistance. You notice the pattern of movement goes up, it comes down, goes up, down, up, down, up. It has not really done the down movement, so it has not been able to check this previous. Okay, it has checked it here. Okay, this eye has been checked. This has been checked. Now, I know some of you are wondering, what am I break above this or above this, expect it to still come back to check. But if it's coming back to check, you don't know if it's going to, stay on the support or pull beyond the support. So for Euro USD, I'll just advise you put your orders above the resistance, which means you are looking out to buy above the resistance. Then if you can put probably a sell stop below this point with your take profit maybe somewhere around here. At least catch some pips, right? Catch some pips. So put it there. Then I think I'm good for Euro USD. The next instrument is going to be USD JPY. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Right, so this is USD JPY. I drew this yesterday, and I noticed that yesterday I actually saw this move. At some point, it was looking like hammer, but there was no confirmation to this effect, and price came to touch moving average, then it fell. So for USD JPY, if it can get its way to 155.276, Okay, Issa Sadiq, you are welcome to Money Market Review. All right, all the way from Ilorin. Wow, how is your EMEA doing? Right, so I actually have some experience with Ilorin, so General, Tanke, Taiwo, and the likes. All right, so uh, talking about uh, talking about USD JPY, just like I was saying. So if you're looking at trading USD JPY, just wait for the price to fall. If you want to buy, just wait for the price to fall. If it falls towards there, you can be looking out to buy. And let me just back out some levels where you can be buying from. You see, all these places are good places to be buying USD JPY from. These are good places to be buying USD JPY from. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can just take opportunity of all this price level so that you can look out to make your small pips. Don't forget, just small pips and you are out of the market. Just small pips and you are out of the market. So uh then talking about above the current price, if you are looking out to trade it, this place looks like a killer zone for price. So anything that has to do with above the resistance, let's be looking above this point here. Yeah, or marks above this point. So let's just let's just try and see how we can all right, take advantage of the buy also. But if you don't, I will not really advise too much of a sell. But if you want to sell USD JPY, so anything below this low, so you pick a sell below this low, then just put your take profits at this exact point here, 155.315. So you are doing a sell stop with a take profit. Okay, sell stop with take profit. Then if you want to buy, remember, wait for it to fall to this point, 155.315. Let's even check what the strength of dollar has been. Is dollar strong or is dollar weak? Let me just quickly check that for us this morning. All right, so with what we have, dollar is on a weak side. Dollar is on the weak side, so it's not really expecting too much from dollar. And you remember, even the Japanese yen is stronger or way stronger than the dollar. You see, so you have USD JPY. The JPY is stronger than the USD. So all we are now looking for now is how price will find its way down. So if it's coming down, that's why I said you can put a sell stop here, put your take profit here. Not something that is too long. You are not looking for big moves. You are just looking for small pips. Okay, don't forget, cash the small pips. And I won't be surprised by the time we go to the smaller time frames, like the 15 minutes, you'll see so many entries for this guy. You see so many entries. So you have 15 minutes, you have 30 minutes time frame. So there are entry for this guy. So just be observant, all right, and be careful. Remember, if you want to sell it, just below this low here, try and look how to sell. Take a profit before the next support. Then for the buy, wait for price to come back above the moving average. Then you can be looking out to buy. All right. So I think that would be my take on USD JPY. That would be my take on USD JPY. So we have Justin Ruben. Good morning. You missed the fundamental analysis. Okay. And let's see how it goes before the end of the meeting. We also have some experiences in Ogun State. You have Ota, Kenaland, Oja Ota, Ojuri, all those places. But then let's just quickly move on. Let's move on. Uh, so I'm trying to look for GBP JPY, which has been one instrument that has been surprising lately. We expect it to fall after this bearish engulfing, but then it kept on finding its way up. So if it keeps finding its way up, then I think this point here might look like a point where the up should end, but remember, we don't know yet, but then, so just to know that. All right, so just know that anything that is more of up, look out to buy it, don't sell it, okay? Look out to buy. So what MA am I using? Okay, the MA I'm using 21 and 50 MA exponential. All right, so I'm using 21 and 50 EMA, 21 and 50 EMA. So coming down to small time frames, let's start from the daily time frames. So see what is happening. This guy consistently has been on a ride up. Uh, it hardly falls. It hardly falls. This was the point whereby there was a gap, but it was not able to cover the gap completely. You see, it didn't cover the gap completely, but it started pulling up. So is there any way this guy will still come all the way back to those points to cover this gap? Well, let's see if history can find a way to repeat itself. All right, so this is fast time frame. And if you want to look at the rate at which this guy falls, it doesn't really fall massively. It doesn't fall massively. So it creates a high. It falls for about 217 pips. That's 217 pips, right? Creates a high. So it creates a high, falls for about 217 pips. Wow. Okay, let's see. Create a high, falls for about. Okay, this wasn't up to 217. This is about 2617. So let's see. This has one, two. This won't be too much. Okay, about 100 and something there about so 217 pips. So it has created a high. So how far can this go? It is doing 217 pips. 270 pips will be somewhere around here. So somewhere around there. So if you expect this is 209, 209.407, 209.407. Remember 209.407. So remember, we are looking for technical analysis. You know, technical analysis is that we're expecting history to repeat itself. All right. Okay, Mr. Alebode, good morning. You are welcome to this market review. Could not FIB has given us this clue. Obviously, you could have tried Fibonacci retracement from the lowest point to the highest point. Okay, but what I just point out, FIB might not give you accurately what you are looking for, all right? So if I zoom in a bit here, so remember I picked my FIB from the lowest point of this curve to the highest point here. So let me still drag this. So look at what I point out, which is 209.407, which is in between 38 and 50. All right, it is still in line with what is happening, okay? All right, so but if price can find its way to 38.2 or 50.2 or give and take 61, you know, I had to put mine at a round figure, which is 62, right? Because I was trying some strategies with Fibonacci. So next year is going to be all out. Okay, we'll milk the market. We'll ensure that we'll make everything in the market. So there's some strategies. You know, use this holiday to build your strategy. Use it to increase your experience with the market. Then 2026, just go all out with the market. Okay. So now the normal number you have is 61.8, but then I had to, put my at the whole number, which is 62. All right, so just trying to see some things here. So if price falls and it comes to 38.2, so I'm just going to put, okay, let's go to 1 hour time frame. So this is 1 hour time frame. Anything that makes the price to come to 38.2, look out to buy. Put your take profit before 24, which is 23.8. Okay, put your take profit before it. Then if price continue downward and it comes down to 50, then you can look out to buy. Okay, so this is my own take for GBP JPY. All right, so it's more of a buy than a sell, which means look out to buy down to be looking out to sell. All right, so moving on to the next uh, instruments. I think we've done USJPY, we've done Euro USD, okay, we've done GBP JPY. So I think the next one we are going to be doing should be gold. Okay, so let's try gold. This is gold. I think the last time I did gold, I gave us some entries, placing a buy above the current market price. This it is not enough to just be watching. You actually need to be taking some practical steps. All right, you have people who have experience in the market helping you to do this analysis, giving you the possibilities of the market so that you'll be able to easily take advantage of what will happen in the market. All right. So now let's have a fresh look for gold. This is gold here, and this is 1 hour time frame. Let's go to the smaller time frame, 30 minutes. If you want to look how to buy gold, it's very easy. Put a buy stop above this point here. You see, put a buy stop here, and then put a take profit somewhere around there. If you still want to look how to buy, put a buy stop above the highest point here, above the highest point, knowing that it's going to break it because gold has been destructive with resistance lately. It has been destructive with resistance, and I'm sure you don't want to be looking out to sell gold because you say, when it gets to the resistance, you sell. Always look out to buy gold rather than to sell. Lately gold created a new high, which has been the highest high over time. So gold was able to get to the 4.5, 4.5, above 4.5 thereabouts. Gold got there. So if gold is targeting another point, it's going to be 5,000 price level. Well, it might not achieve that this year, but it depends. So, is there anything gold cannot do? Right? So let's see what's going to happen for gold. But remember, just put those orders above the current price. Now, I don't look out to sell gold, do more of buy rather than a sell. Anything that goes up, always look out to buy it. See it here. I see this is higher time frame for gold, and you see how the curve has been. It has been a good curve upward. So instead of looking for it downward, look for it upward. Well, 2026 can be a bit of a retracement for gold because it has pulled in a particular direction. So let's expect it to find a way to change direction. Okay, Esther Akin, is it Akin today, right? Or Akin Tade? What's this? Okay. Okay, Esther Akin told me today. All right, so you made an error to sell gold and silver. Now it is seriously moving against you. Is it gonna go down again? What you're gonna do? What you're gonna do? All right, so Esther, that is well, you know, we learn every day from this market. All right. All right, so take this from me, okay? Take this from me. you need to understand the behavior of the instrument you are trading. What do I mean by that? Understand the character of the instrument. When you understand the character of the instrument, it's easier for you to trade that particular instrument. That is when you understand it. All right. Benga, thank you so much. The trend is our strength. All right. So, Esther, you need to ride on the trend of the instrument you are trading. What do I mean by trend? Trend is the general direction of an instrument. Trend is the general direction of an instrument. And for you to ride on the trend, there are different types of trend which you need to understand. We have the uptrend, we have the downtrend, we have the conservative or sorry, consolidation, range, or sideways trend. Now, gold, from what we can see, always like going up, which means that gold is more of uptrend, right? It is more of up. Now, in as much as it is more of up, there are times where it looks as if it wants to change direction. There are times where it looks as if it wants to come down. But those times, there are times where you should look out to join the trend of the instrument instead of going down with the instrument. Okay. So now gold is uptrend. So look out to be doing more of buy on gold than to sell. But please remember this. There are times it always falls. So it's for you to avoid entering a buy when it is falling. Okay. Avoid entering a buy when it is falling because that can be another disaster for people that doesn't really have enough capital in their trading accounts. That is why we said for you to trade gold, you need to have good capital in your trading account. You know, how will you be trading gold with 50,000, 100,000? You know, this kind of, it's not that the money is bad, it's good, but you need quite a volume. You need good volume to trade gold. Okay. You know, I used to advise people if you don't have up to like, 5 million, there are some instruments you don't even trade. There's another instrument I'm going to talk about after this. You know, there are some instruments you don't trade if you don't have good money in your trading account because, it will just be as if you are dashing the market your money. All right. So, selling is not that it's bad, but selling when it is going up is bad. Right? So what can we do? What is the way out? How can we do what is called risk management? Because what makes a good trader is not about the numbers of trades or the numbers of uh, wins. Also, you want to look at how well the trader was able to manage his risk. Okay. So now we need to do what is called risk management for you now. So depending on where you enter the sell from, let me just quickly go down to somewhere better. So depending on where you enter the sell from, because I'm actually a risk management strategist. I help people to overlook what the worst possible scenario. Okay, so but the details I'm going to be asking for, you might not be able to give me. So I'll just do a random risk management strategy for you. So depending on how much you have in your account, now with gold, let's say you enter the sell somewhere around here or somewhere around here. Well, that's a bad one uh, because at moving average, you don't do some certain trades. There are some things you don't do. So if you enter the sell around here, your loss would probably be around, if you use 0.01, your loss should be around close to, but it should be above 100,000 with what I'm seeing currently, above 100,000 with 0.01 thereabout, because gold is not just an instrument that you can just joke with. Okay, so if you have if that's above 100,000 or getting close to 100,000, now anything that will make it to go above this point, I think it's better for you to just take it out. All right, that means you need to close it out in loss. Okay, but the best thing you can still do is if price can successfully come below the moving average, then you expect it to come and touch the second guy, which I'm not really seeing the possibility, except there's a fundamental event that can, make that move to happen. So, Esther, it is advisable you close out your trade, then you start afresh. But I hope you have learned something that you don't sell when an instrument is in an uptrend, and you don't buy when an instrument is in a downtrend. Okay, so that's just good right now. So let me just quickly move on to the next. I've given you an entry position, so okay, so uh, let's look at coffee. All right, so I have coffee here. There are some of our clients that likes trading coffee. All right, so we'll still look at US indices. Just hold on a bit. That'll be the last instrument for the day, US index. Okay, Nvidia has been, branching out lately, going to China, and business needs to expand regardless of where you are from. Okay, so all right, so for coffee, uh this guy has put so many people in profit, and at the same time has put so many people in in a losing stand. Okay, so now let's quickly check what's the way forward for coffee. Now, people like trading coffee, which is not bad. Coffee is good. It helps you to be focused, even while taking it as a commodity. Now you are trading it as a commodity. Okay. All right, just give me a minute there. Let me just finish up with this. So, right, so that's a bearish engulfing at this point, but then how far? So this is daily time frame, and this was the lowest point where it is supposed to have turned from. Well, if you are trading coffee, I think with this bullish engulfing, in as much as the bullish engulfing is not really, really bullish enough for me, because this is daily time frame. Now, if it had closed above this line, then I would have said you should enter a buy with your take profit hanging somewhere around here. That would have been my own take for coffee. But right now, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So except you want to take a risk, put a stop loss below this candle formation. Let me even check something. Just hold on. Let's try this. All right. So this is what we have. Tendency. Then there's also tendency. And then got this point here. So now, with what is happening, okay, just know that there is tendency for price to come back up. And there's also tendency for price to come as low as this, then find its way up. So because anytime there's a fall, you see it go back up, right? Not this major fall here now. So this is a fall. And remember, it has created a gap. That's created a gap here. That's created a gap here, right, which needs to be filled. Okay, and from where coffee is coming from, it was coming from a verified resistance. This was the second time coffee is getting to this point here. And then it's falling. After falling, it created a support here, gap down, pulled back, created a support here. So if you are looking how to buy coffee, in as much as this is daily time frame, right? But that's if you have good capital in your trading account. So just look out to be buying coffee. So this is fast time frame. Did a very good bullish move. And then so in between the moving average, that's where you have your orders, your pending orders. But coffee should open by 10 thereabouts. Okay, 10:15 thereabouts. So wait for coffee to open before you can trade it because right now the market is closed. All right. So that would be my take on coffee. So look out to buy. If you want to sell, remember if you want to sell, look out to put your pending order below, can you see, below this point here. So put a sell stop, then your take profits. Let me just change this to green. So your take profit should be take profit should be somewhere around here. All right, so somewhere around there, then you'll be fine. Okay. So so Esther Chukwebuka Alibody. So trade idea on gold is to put a buy pending order above this last high. Okay, what is the established trend for coffee? So now so there's what is called overall trend. All right, so overall trend is the total direction for the instrument. Now, just like I did for gold, overall trend. Overall trend for gold is up. Overall trend for copy is up. Okay. Overall trend for copy for coffee rather, I said copy is up. So this is weekly time frame here. This guy is more of uptrend, but there are times it falls. And if it falls and you're on a buy, and you don't have money, sorry, just knock yourself out of the market before it knocks you out. Okay. So, but remember the overall trend is up, right? So all this one that is doing is just because of the season. And also I think I heard that there is oversupply basically, and in Brazil, there's more of coffee. And then the winter is not as as strong as it used to be as of last year, years thereabouts. So people are not really for coffee like that. So if the demand is poor and there's oversupply, so there's no way you expect it to actually find its way up, right? So until demand is high and until the supply is low, then you can be looking out to buy this coffee. All right. So okay, Chukwebuka, what's the recommended equity to trade commodities? Well, just have nothing less than 5 million naira in your trading account. 5 million naira. With that 5 million naira, you are not being aggressive. You are doing 0.01. It's just an advice. All right. I've seen people that do 0.1, 0.2, yeah, in as much as the profit return is higher. But then you want to look at the risk aspect of trading commodities. If it were to be currency, it will be a different game entirely. But talking about commodities, you need good amount of equity to trade commodities. All right. Uh, so let me go back to Esther. Okay. Okay. So if that's what you have in your account, then let's do this. So this is good here, right? So if I would advise, just okay, hold on to that trade that because that's just like 10% of what you have in your account. So risking 20% for that trade is not a bad one. I didn't even ask for your lot size, but then I know that you entered somewhere that you should not have entered. That's what is happening currently. Because even if you are to set probably a sell order or a buy order, it would have been below this point, then you'll be fine. All right. So I would just advise if the price comes down and your loss reduced to 150, 170, then you can take it out. Right. So, but anything that makes the price to come to this level where you are supposed to enter buy, I would suggest you knock it out. Okay. Because good is a funny instrument. By the time it wants to break the resistance, it will just keep going. And if it keeps going, you don't know when it will come back. So it's better not to take that kind of chance on gold. All right. So if you risk 15 to 20% for that trade, I think that's fine. It's something you can easily make back. Good will give you back. So, all right. So you are welcome. So let's quickly move on to uh, our last instrument for the day. In as much as we'll do probably two of them. So let's start with US 2000, which is my favorite index, US 2000. So, um, all right. So I think I was the one that did MMR on Wednesday. That's last week Wednesday. If you had joined last week Wednesday, then you should have made some money from the trade, did, right? Let's have this. So Mr. Alibody, let's hear your testimony. Did you make use of those moves or not? Or you just or you are still trying to watch to see what will happen in the markets? All right, so this is US 2000. For US 2000, you also need to ask what's the trend. Okay, remember, know the character of the instrument, know the behavior. After knowing the behavior, then you look out for the kind of trade to be trading on that instrument. So this is also more of up. Uh, in as much as there are times it also comes down, and there are times it's finds its way up. So let's try with 1 hour time frame. So if I'm looking out to buy these instruments, if it can successfully come down to this point, then I can be looking out to buy. And if I can put a pending buy order above this point here. Now let's put it above here because there can be a false touch because this is looking like it wants to cross. And if it's crossing, you can see what happened here. The price was trying to come down. Price came back here. After the cross, there was a massive drop. So this is technical analysis. So you don't need anybody to, cajole you or do abracadabra for you. So what you are saying here is if you can come back here, touch this point here, expect price to actually, if there is a good bearish move, expect it to fall. But if not, then expect it to break back, come back to this point, and expect it to come back as high as this. So if you are looking at entry, you enter from there, put a take profit not too far, all right, not too far. So this is US 2000, looking at entry. Now, one of the things that determines the prices of this guy is the value of stocks. All right, you already know that because indices is a combination of different stocks. So you need to know the largest stocks in each of the index so that it will help you to easily trade these guys very well. Now, moving on to what we are expected outcome for US 2000. So if you enter at that point, so let me quickly look at 4 hours time frame. So if you enter from here, now remember there's still a gap price has created. So if price has created a gap that has not been filled, yet. So what do you expect? So it is either I'm expecting a double bottom, Let me put the black line here. So a double bottom here. So that means I'm still expecting price to come all the way to this point. Let it come back, cover the gap, retest this place, then bounce back. So you can have a buy pending order here, a buy limit, you put a buy limit here, let it bounce back, put your take profits uh somewhere around here. this will be the best place to put your take profit. Half of the move is very, very okay. All right, so that will be my take for US 2000. If it's going to fall, expect it to fall. Let it cover this gap, bounce from this support, and then find its way back up. Let it continue to go to keep on going to where it has been coming from. Okay. Then for US 100, it will be a similar scenario, but let's have this now. Similar scenario. So look at this here. There's a gap that has not been filled. So very soon or not, or later, this guy will still come and cover that gap that you are seeing there. It will still come and cover it. So if I'm going to advise anything for this guy, if I would advise anything for US 100, I would just advise you can do a sell stop because price will most definitely find its way come down to the moving average, touch the moving average. Yeah, obviously. But then look out to be buying this guy after it has covered the gap. Yeah. Don't take advantage of this. Okay, look out to be buying US 100 after it has covered the gap. Then from there, we expect price to find its way up back to this resistance. What is the overall trend for US 100? Overall trend, who wants to tell me based on what we can see on the screen? Just type it there. What's the overall trend? Up, down, or sideways? All right. Okay, so thank you, Shukri Buka is uptrend. So Mega, thank you, uptrend, Kenny, up, right? So since it is up, let's have this. So break it down. There's what is called TDA, letter T, letter D, letter A. That's top-down analysis. So top-down analysis, which is TDA. Ekpemski. Ekpemski, hope you've been trading very well. You have been consistent on the money market review. I see. I think you deserve an award for this. Right. So, but I hope you've been trading very well because that's the bottom line of everything. Yeah. So, all right, uptrend. So, top-down analysis gives us an overview of what to expect. Now, if you want to look at the way this guy has been moving, right? Just hold on. Okay. Now, let's do this. Hold on. So, what do you think? Let's have it. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Now, I think we did something like this on Euro USD last week, Wednesday. So let's have it. What do you think? This is a channel for US 100. Okay. And obviously, it is more of up. But can you see this particular point here? Can you see this particular point here? This was out of the usual. out of what should have happened, right? Now, a whole lot of people would have lost money here, but then price corrected itself, it brought itself back into this. So it is more of a buy for US 100 than a sell. Okay, but let's see daily time frame because those things you are seeing there. Okay, so refresh. So this was where price fall out of the channel. Tried going back, entered, then turned this to support, support. Now, anything that makes price to come back to this point here, see this my line, you don't need to think twice. Just enter a buy trade. All right. If it's not coming down to that point, then just put a pending order at this point here, put a pending order here, then take profit up to this resistance here. All right. So this is my take for today's movement, even for the following few days. Remember, tomorrow is holiday for all the central banks. So there's holiday for all the central banks. So please tread carefully and trade carefully. Okay. So thank you for joining the morning market review this morning. A recap for the fundamental analysis. Don't forget, we are expecting unemployment claims by 2:30 today, and just you might not expect too much, but expect some movement on gold today. Uh, so they're expecting 224, which is similar to what they had before. So you might not expect a major change because holiday season, some of the data you might not really see them clearly. So for today, you can, if you want to trade it, just expect moves on indices, on gold. Currency, don't expect too much because of the bank holidays. Then for coffee, remember, if you want to pick a buy, do your buy above this point, you take profit here. Then for GBP, JPY, wait for price to fall to 38, which is here. If it falls to 38, then just take your buy. For US 2000, if it falls down to this point, you can even look out to sell it, but remember, do more of buy than a sell. Then gold, okay, your loss should have been reducing by now, Esther. All right, so remember, anything that wants to push it back and it's coming to 4504, just take it out. Take it out. All right, take it out. All right, so uh compliment of the season to you all. Wishing you all a peaceful Christmas. All right, please do enjoy your holiday. Thank you for joining Money Market Review. My name is Gabriel Loretta, alias Prophet of the Global Financial Markets. All right, so see you guys uh, when we see you. All right, you're welcome, please.